There we go. Let's screw you in there. All right, you guys, welcome back to YouTube How To. I am your guide. I'm just checking my viewfinder right here. Andrea Jean. This is part of the behind the scenes series where I talk about all the things that I'm doing on the back end of YouTube to not only help me grow my channel, but help me grow my business, my income, all of that good stuff right here. I'm actually not even going to edit this video so that you can get it like raw, live, and real, because this is important. I know if you are first starting on YouTube or growing your business, sometimes a lot of the things that you see on camera seem super unattainable. So we're just kind of straight with you. We got a Kit Kat here. We got some coffee here. I'm going to give you my top 5 for the week of things that I have done to give you ideas on your own journey. Pop me in your earbuds if you're doing the dishes, folding your laundry. I have the whole series linked in the description box below. I talk all about YouTube on this channel, but I also talk about the business side of building a business with the power of YouTube. Okay, first and foremost, I met with, via Zoom, a buyer from Target. So it was a sort of family friend connection. One thing led to another. I got the contact information. I'm trying to get my book inside of a Target. It's one of the goals that I have here on my vision board. I've shared that in previous videos. And now my next step is to then contact the people that can start making some decisions. What I didn't know about Target is they actually have a book club for people, and I think it takes a while to get on this list, that read the books before they decide whether to put it on the shelves, promote it, or whatever it is that they do. So I have it on my planner right here that I need to send an email to the associate buyer to hopefully have a Zoom meeting to learn the next step. Okay, so that's exciting. We'll see what happens. Okay. Number 2, I finished this book right here. All these books are linked on my Amazon store. I actually bought 3 more Napoleon Hill books because they are so flippin' good, you guys. But one thing that I've started implementing, and by the way, I have a bookmark in every book, and it's just a post-it note, and on the post-it note it has an affirmation for a current goal that I'm trying to bring into my reality. So every time I open the book in the morning and the evening when I'm doing my sprint reading, I see that post-it note. Okay, so I think it's important to write things. It has a way more profound impact on your ability to put these things into reality when you write them down. So when I was reading, I was taking notes, things that I wanted to remember, things that I want to look back on. And so now I put this inside the book. And if I ever want to come back to this book and just be like, what were the things that really stood out to me? I have it on a piece of paper right here. So my definite purpose in life, the determination to help women discover the forces that lie sleeping within them. A definite chief aim took place in my mind, also a definite plan for its attainment. I talk about this all the time. If you want to have success in your life, you need to know what that success looks like for you specifically, and only you. What does that success look like? Sometimes we just wake up and we're on autopilot in our lives, and 10 years or 5 years pass and you're like, I'm not where I want to be. So that quote just stuck to me because it's something I believe so firmly in, is being very specific about what it is that you want. Right now in my life, I have something very specific that I have my eye on. Okay, number 3, manifestation list. I create a to-do list, almost every evening or every day, so it helps keep me focused, and I try to do the most important things on that list. But I was listening to a podcast recently, and she said, I call it my manifestation list. And I was like, I really love that, because here's the theory behind it, and here's the thinking behind it, or the perception change behind it. When you are manifesting something, aka bringing something into your physical reality, you need all of the forces around you, whether that's people, information. It's a co-creative process. So now when I create my to-do list, it's a manifestation list. And this perception change in my mind has helped so greatly, because now it's not just me and me alone. It's not just my to-do list. For example, I was having issues with my computer. I needed to upload the latest software. And rather than be like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this fixed, I gotta call Apple support, I was like, let me invite people to help me with this process. Like, I didn't feel so alone. It was just a mental change in my mind. My husband brought home something and I needed his help. I was like, oh great, I got to do this because I was going to do this business thing like this. I said, honey, I invite you to help me. I really need your help. Okay. I made him part of the process to help me with my list. Okay, I don't know if that will help for you. It has helped me tremendously. I no longer am creating to-do lists. I'm creating manifestation lists, or the things that I would like to accomplish. And as I'm going through this list, I'm thinking about who could help me with this, who could make my life easier, what could I put on the back burner, whose help can I enlist to help dwindle these things down. Yes? Okay, moving on to number 4. Okay, when you are first starting on building a business or starting a YouTube channel, you kind of start at ground zero is what I'll call it if you've never done something before. So for example, when I was first starting YouTube, like I've never made videos, I never edited videos, I didn't know how to grow on YouTube, let alone create a YouTube channel. Like you got a lot of things that you need to figure out. And then you learn all that and then you move to the next level, you up level. Okay, you figure that out, maybe you figure out how certain title things better. You learn the type of audience that you want to serve. You learn the type of content that is more profitable than other content and you make decisions around that. And then you kind of master that level and then you move up to the next level. And this is how business operates. It is the coolest thing ever when you think of it sort of like a ladder system. There's never an end to your success in business and building your YouTube channel or your business YouTube channel. You just up level. And I'm currently in this sort of up level phase because there's a whole new set of skills that I'm currently learning right now so that I can better deliver my content and message to you to help you get results faster. And when I thought of it this way, and I've been in this for 2 years now, I'm kind of seeing the growth and trajectory of things. It's like, yeah, there's just a whole new level of things. So the level that you're at, like that's amazing, that's cool, master it, yeah? And then you're gonna move on and be challenged with a whole new set of skills. Think of this if any place in your life, or babies, right? Learning to walk. They maybe start sitting up and then they crawl. It was for my daughter, she would like crawl backwards and then she finally figured out how to crawl forwards and then they pull themselves up and they start walking and then they start running. Your business follows the same cool dynamics. It's just, I don't know, I love it. It gets me excited. Okay, number 5 thing that I want to talk about here. So if you are brand new here, my husband has a Freudian slip. My husband has been a stay-at-home dad for 3 years, and when he got laid off from his corporate job, I said, do you want to stay home or do you want to, find another job? He's like, I'll stay home. So he's been home for the past 3 years and it's been very nice, but also very challenging. I've never personally wanted to be a full-time stay-at-home parent. I wanted to be an entrepreneur and own my business so that I could decide when and how I work. That's what I wanted, to complete freedom. I didn't want to not work, because when you become an entrepreneur, you're still going to work. In fact, many people say that they work more. I don't work more. I have better boundaries because I burned myself out in the corporate job working 78 hours a week. And I promised, even though I was becoming an entrepreneur and becoming a business owner, I was not going to do that. Like, I've been there, done that, and that is not what I wanted. So anyway, we're at a place now in our lives where he is interviewing for jobs and going back to work. So I know many of you ladies have wanted to retire your husbands, or that's like a big thing that they talk about on YouTube. And he's been retired and now he's coming out of retirement because I don't know, the best way to describe it is being a stay-at-home parent. I think either it's something that you really wanted your whole life, and I think that's amazing, or maybe it's something that you've just gotten thrown into because it was too expensive to put all your children in daycare, so one parent stayed home. That was us. And because we wanted to see, like, what is it like to have a parent home full time? But it's hard and it's very difficult and challenging. And my husband doesn't necessarily say, hey, I want to be a stay-at-home dad for the rest of my life. So we're going to change up things in our routine and our everyday. And my kids are super excited. My 2-year-old did not want to leave the daycare that we toured. My oldest kids will be in sort of a summer care program during the summer. I have 2 kids, if you're new here, 4. 2 of them will be in school in the fall, so that will be different, but everyone will be out of the house during the day, and I'm excited for business reasons and building this business right here. But you all, I did build my business with children, working a full-time job, so I say this because I don't want that to ever hold you back from you thinking that you cannot accomplish your wildest dreams. If you want something bad enough in your life, you're gonna figure out a way, right? I wanted to become my own boss bad enough. Like, I kept making YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video, like blood, sweat, tears, crying, until I figured out, here's the magic with the YouTube algorithm. Here's how I can use the YouTube platform better. I knew I wanted to learn YouTube because I think it's the most powerful platform. And I've said this a million times, I'll say it again. It's the only platform that pays me like $20,000 a month just to post content. Those are on some really good months. But I mean, it's the coolest thing that you can make money just for posting content and your business and growing an audience around this thing that you do. So guys, those are my top 5 this past week of things that I've been going through on the back end in my life, learning, growth. Oh, I love that I wake up every day and I decide what I do when I do. And so that's why I'm so passionate about helping you achieve your goals. So maybe you are already an entrepreneur, but you're struggling to grow your income so that you can really support yourself and your family. Or maybe you are also working in a job and you're like, I want out of this thing. I want complete freedom in my life. Or maybe you are a stay-at-home parent, but you're like, hey, I have this side hustle and I'd like to bring in some extra money with the side hustle. All of those scenarios I can help you with the power of YouTube. So this is my passion. This is my life purpose, and I'm excited. And all these things that I do here behind the scene are all things that help me with my business in my YouTube channel, right? I don't just create videos and put them up there. There's so much growth that's happening on the back end, and I'm sure that you can imagine that. So I like these behind the scene things because sometimes it can seem like someone just like blew up their channel and like, wow, look at how rich they appear, which is what I think. I won't talk about that right now. A lot of influencers that you see on the internet, they have the appearance of that. There's a lot of truth on the internet. There's a lot of garbage on the internet. So anyway, that's beside the point. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.